Hey gang, welcome back, and it's rant time. Today we're going to talk about why pay for continuing education. I hear this all the time. I was talking to a client the other day, and she asked me if paid education really is necessary for my conference anymore. I mean, there's so much free stuff online, and on top of that, there's so many people willing to give education at no cost. Why should people, like what I do and a lot of my friends do, actually have a living? And I got me to thinking about it. So I thought about a couple of things. So why should we pay for medical help? And why should we pay for doctors? A lot of great free stuff out there, a lot of great sites in WebMD. And again, why pay for car mechanics? Because, you look at a YouTube video, you'll be able to fix your car fine, won't you? And why bother going to live theater? I mean, look at all the great content that's online. And why pay for your food? I mean, let's be really basic. Let's say you have a friend, Terry, who found a great patch of mushrooms right near where you live. And so you ask, are they poisonous or are they safe to eat? And he looks at you funny. He goes, I've never heard of such a thing. Now, you probably should be happy your doctor that you have has heard of that, and I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere. So no matter how he or she has, you'll be safe. But hear about a lot of free stuff that's out there, but understand what good educators do. I mean, because when you hire somebody for a conference, I want to put it into 4 categories. One thing that we do is we curate and customize. We take information from all different sources, including free content. It's out there. It's clearly part of what we do. But then we customize for each of our clients, or at least the good educators. And I'm not going to put myself in that area, but there's a whole bunch of us who are out there who strive to be really good. But that's what we do. We curate, we customize. Then we organize and filter. We got to organize the information. We have to filter it. How long is the session going to be? Is it 45 minutes? Is it an hour? Is it just 15? We got to make sure we get the right information at the right time in that amount of time that we have. And by the way, oftentimes that changes the day that we're there. We engage and we challenge. If we do things right, we're engaging our audience to think, or hopefully even getting them involved in part of the process. And we challenge them to learn more. We don't want to make it easy necessarily, but we don't want to make it too hard. We want the information to be at a point where we really got them thinking about it. And then, and perhaps most importantly, we listen and we modify. We hear the feedback, and then we keep improving what we do. Now, years ago when I started doing this, I worked for a while for American Management Association, and I learned firsthand how to create courses from them. Now, I got to tell you, I don't agree with all the approaches they take. It's very old school sometimes, but in organizing the content of a session, which they used to put in what's called leaders' guides, and to this day I still do it, it allows it to flow. You can edit effectively. You can create interactive elements, all critical parts of the continuing education process. So understand there is a process that takes a while to take the information from where it's coming from to make sure you understand it best. Now, I do have a big issue with what I like to call native advertising. You'll see it on the screen. So I don't know where it is. Anyway, produced by an advertiser with a specific intent to promote a product while matching the form and style, blah, 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 blah. What does all that mean? Well, what it means is it's content that's written as an advertorial. It's actually an advertisement wrapped in education. And oftentimes when you're getting free content at your conferences, you're getting content that's actually a promotion. Maybe the presenter is really good. Maybe not. The trade-off is, well, let's take an example. You read a blog about the latest diet. We won't even talk about a live conference. We'll talk about something online. And you read a blog about the latest fad that's out there. It's written well. It gives great resources and why you should try it. And, oh, by the way, buy the service that the author is offering. Now, did you notice who wrote the piece? Do they work for the company? Do they own the company? Are they supported by it? That's native advertising. Now, is the information good? Well, that's up to you to decide, but clearly there's a huge issue right there in terms of packaging that as education when really it's marketing. The trade-off is simple. I understand it's free. It's easy to go down that path. We'll give you good, sometimes very good, rarely great, sometimes very poor content in exchange for the platform. Is that education? Really? Is that the education you want for your organization? I mean, how many times have you gone online, and I'll use YouTube as an example, and watched a few seconds of a video only to realize there's no sound And the most important part of the video is to click down here and subscribe to my channel, and that, or it's poorly recorded or they're not communicating clearly, all part of what a good educator does. Now, I got to tell you a story. I'm going to keep it very generic, but it's a tech company, and I saw a presentation many years ago about technology. And the company, or the person in front of the room, was talking about how important this particular approach to this technology was. And I'm thinking about it as I'm listening to it, I'm going, that doesn't make any sense to me. That goes against everything, so maybe I'm way off base. And then at the end of the session, I found out that the person who was delivering it actually worked for a company whose product supported that alternative version. Really got me pissed off. Because you know what? I didn't get education there. I got an advertisement. And the two shouldn't mix up. Now, I don't denigrate the free content that's out there. I consume it, you consume it, we all consume it. But the people who do what we do for a living and do need to make money to continue to do this, we understand it takes time to connect with a wide range of students. What we do just isn't as easy as throwing up some content and hoping it sticks. So let's close this rant with a few points. Number one, free content can be great, and it can be misleading. So how much extra time do you have in the day to go through and wade through all this, and you're willing to put into the process the effective curation? Now, what do you think I do at home all day? Play guitar? Well, bad example. Sometimes I do. Anyway, number two, value proposition of a conference isn't just networking. We have great online platforms for networking. We have great online opportunities sometimes for education. But the great conference can provide both education and network. Also, it does provide vendor interaction and optimal value for the vendor and the customer. But all those have to work in harmony, not one being wrapped into another approach. And oh, by the way, regarding all the networking stuff, note to planners, turn down the music. And this is coming from someone who loves loud music and is a musician. Turn it down. I can't hear myself think, and I certainly can't have a conversation with that networking that's oh so important. Number three, paying for education for your event is critical to the success, can't say that well, to the success of your business. If you're only providing advertorial stuff that your attendees can find online, why bother attending? I'm going to close with some lyrics, a song called Low Budget that the Kinks wrote many years ago, and we'll put the lyrics up here as I'm talking about it. And it really all says in one phrase, cheap is small, not too steep, but best of all, cheap is cheap. And is that what you want for your conference? Hope you enjoyed. Share this. You know all the stuff you got to do. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.